Okay, good afternoon, students.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon,
Yes,
sir.
good.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good
Yes.
afternoon, sir.
Now your voice is very nice, so that I hope you had a very good lunch. So now you are ready for your research topic. Yes,
Yes, sir.
Yes,
good.
sir.
So by this time in your internship, you might have completed the data work. Some of you already completed the analysis and submitted for the research guide. So even then, we are organizing this program to understand how you are able to finalize your analysis part. Especially this is designed for the students who gather the secondary data. I hope you know the meaning of secondary data. Anybody from your side? What do you mean by secondary data? Yes, come on.
The data which we get from already available sources like newspaper, magazines, etc.
Yes, good. So whatever she told, it is absolutely correct. Dear students, you might have gathered data from different databases. In case of any students, whether it is finance students or in case of marketing students or HR students, there are number of database available in India, especially in case of National Sample Survey. In case of India, ISO, that is Institute of Statistical Organization in Kolkata, they are gathering the entire Indian census data. So the data has been already gathered. Most of the respondents are using these type of data. That is the researchers. They even use this type of data to find out the sample. Who are all the persons living in this area? All these things they are doing very nicely. And the database is the open database source. Say for example, in case of marketing students, if they wish to gather a data about Bangalore, they can go and visit the statistical organization. The data is absolutely free. Once if you registered as an Indian citizen, you can get back the data. Based upon that, you can identify the sample size. How many persons are living in North Bangalore, East Bangalore. You can classify and you can use that purpose for the purpose of identifying the sample size. That is first thing, the advantage you can get from the secondary data. Whatever may be the research, it will start from the secondary sources first, then it ends with the primary sources. That is the advantage of the secondary data. And today we are going to discuss about the secondary data, especially for the finance students, from where they can gather the data. That is the first stage. Then how you are going to analyze the data. That is the second stage. Then we will have some question sessions, especially some of you already sent me the data and we are going to see how we can analyze using the software, especially using the Excel. Then we will see how we can use the SPSS package. Then we can see how we are going to use the eViews package for the students, provided the data is from secondary source. Be clear, because some of them already gathered the data from the organization, especially with regarding to the balance sheet, income statement, ratio analysis, you already gathered. Now this is the time how to interpret that one. That is why these are all called as data processing. You have to convert something into an information. That is very important thing. In your mind, you have gathered some data. You are reading a newspaper and you gathered some data. Now you are going to create an information. That is why this process is also called as data processing. How to convert a data into information. You are working for 3 months. You are having more data. Now the problem is because of the big data, the data identification itself is very difficult. Which data we need? Once upon a time, we will collect the exact data and analyze. But now the problem is entirely different because of the advent of internet and the database and the open data source. We are having now open data source. Anybody can gather data from Bombay Stock Exchange, from the Reserve Bank of India. Because of that one, most of them find it very difficult which data you have to gather. So first 10 minutes, we'll have a warm-up session. We'll see the basic things, what we must know in case of data collection. Then I will share the screen. We'll start from each and every student. Some of them already sent the data. We'll see clearly how we are going to use the different software for this purpose. Okay. If you are already having data, open in your Excel, keep it ready so that when I am telling, you are able to check. If you already completed the data analysis, you can check whether you have done it correctly. That is very important thing. Any person can interpret the data in any manner. But as an MBA student, how you have to focus? Your focus area should be narrowed down and you are going to discover something. If you fail to discover something, it is absolutely not necessary in this hour. Whatever the research you are doing, it should helpful for the society. Society may be a business society or even to the public or even to the investor. That is why we plan this session in such a manner that whether you are going to utilize this type of data according to the society advantage, doing good and doing the research in an ethical manner. That is very important thing. You have to do the research in the ethical manner. Now the most of the researchers, they are thinking that gathering from some other source, making the information from third party source, that is the data processing according to them. These are all the unethical practices. We are going to discuss how we can gather from the open source. What are all the ethical manners we can analyze? Finally, how to prepare the report from that one. Interpretation. You can interpret anything in any manner. So let us start with the first one, where you will gather the source of data. Okay. First 10 minutes, I will show only the slide. Then I will come back to the slide. I will click everything. We will see what are all the data available. Okay. So let us see the summary discussion first. Then we'll go to the interior. What are all the things we have to study? Dear students, first basic thing, since you are doing MBA and most of them are joining with the finance stream, first source, the reliable source, government sources from the Reserve Bank of India. Even in case of marketing students, it may be necessary. You may wish to find out online customers. What are all the transactions going in online? If you want to know, you can depend upon the Reserve Bank of India. Reserve Bank of India is transparent with regard to the statistics. Remember that what are all the statistics needed for the public? Everything they are disclosing. Confidential matter is only the things regarding the policy matter. Remaining data, Reserve Bank used to publish. You can see in this example, the balance sheets of the banks are available. Even online transactions are available of all the banks in India. You need not approach the bank. You can directly go to the Reserve Bank of India website and find out the data clearly. It is available in Excel format itself. They made it very easy. Even the balance sheet, income statement of the organization, you can easily find out in Reserve Bank of India. In addition to that, even what are all the current transactions going on? The online payment system, you can get it. Even you can get the data about the day-to-day reserve, cash reserve maintained by the bank. Because why this type of data they are disclosing in public? You can't judge the bank as a rational investor. You are able to judge the bank based upon this data. In addition to that, you can't judge about the Indian economy, how Indian economy is going on. The till yesterday, you can see the data here. That is the very important source for the finance students, even HR students and marketing students also. You will know the money flow from India, outside India, and among the public of India also. You will know how our Indian public, they are spending. You will get the data from the Reserve Bank of India. That is the first source everybody must know. Coming to the next source, we'll see the source, then we'll go to interior thing and see capital market data. Usually, how we will measure the Indian economy from outside, they are saying that by seeing the Sensex, by seeing the Nifty index, if the Sensex is moving upward direction, it means that indirectly our Indian economy is performing in right direction. At the same time, our Sensex is moving down means some issues in Indian markets. This is the reflector of Indian economy. You can get all the share prices from this link, the BSE link. Even in case of NSE, it is there. You can gather the details of index. What is the Sensex now? Till yesterday, you will get even the share price of all the companies. You will get what are all the share price from A to Z. You will get it from here. Then even you can get the debt markets, bond market rate. That is crucial because nowadays most of the interest rate has been drastically reduced in my view. You know, after this COVID pandemic, the interest rates are drastically reduced. Even then, you are able to find out what is the present interest rate. How the debt market is progressing, you can see from here. It is possible now. That is the quite interesting thing you must know from this data. Okay, you can note down where you will get the capital market data. You will see later on one by one individually. Then the moneycontrol.com. There is one website. Even Yahoo Finance is there. Moneycontrol.com is having all the database of the companies in India, starting from A to Z, all the companies. It will show you the balance sheet, the ratios. You need not calculate the ratio. Remember that nowadays ratio calculation is considered not as an analysis. Be clear. All the ratios are already available in the website, moneycontrol.com. Whether it is a current ratio, liquidity ratio, everything is available. So you can gather the ratio. It is considered as the characteristics of the company, not considered as the analysis. Never do the mistake that I calculated the current ratio, I calculated the liquidity ratio, I calculated the GP ratio. It is immaterial now because all the ratios are available with the database. You can go through the database of an organization in moneycontrol.com and clearly find out what else you can do. So be clear. You should be very, very clear with your data. Then mutual funds. In case of India, mutual funds are very nice segment. Instead of investing by the public, these mutual funds, they are getting the units from the stakeholders They are investing in other organization and they are getting the return. This data here, that's a very good source, bluechipindia.co. If you visit this Blue Chip India, you can get this data. See that one. I think some interpretation. Okay. Mutual fund data. You can get the net asset value of all the data from this source of website. You need not go that one. These are all the basic secondary data available in the open database. You need not go and register. Without registering, you will get the entire India. By based upon that one, you will easily find out. In addition to that, the national sample survey I already told you. If you are marketing students, you can visit the ISO website and find out the income. If you are HR student, you can find out the entire Indian HR database of the ISO. Everything is there. Utilize that one. Then you can compare with an organization in which you are doing. Yes, now let us assume your secondary data, you identify the source from where to collect, you have now identified. Let us assume like that. Then what you will do? How you have to process the data. That is very important thing. The processing of the data depends upon your mind, then only the system. Be clear. Your mind is very important in processing. It should be based upon the objective of your study. What you want to find, that is important. Never ask that what data I have to gather, what is the analysis. Without seeing the objective, we can't say anything. It depends upon the objective of your study. Here, if you download the data, it looks like this one. I have shown the example here. Say for example, date, opening price, high price. This is a very good example of the CSV file, what we have downloaded from the BSc. But if you want to process that one, you have to make a sense of that one. Sense making of data is first essential. You can see that one, the data is in the reverse order. 14th November is in beginning, 13th November is in the next, 12th November is in the next. That is the sense you have to utilize. So what you have to do first, you have to convert according to the ascending order. If you prepare this one, it never looks good. This is the raw data. Most of the students, they are making the mistake like that. Once they download it, they are using everything without analyzing anything. So make your sense to convert this data according to an order. Making an order is very important. You have to bring into a very nice array. That is important. In case of Excel itself, you can sort it and bring according to the date wise. If you fail to do that one, your result will be entirely reverse. Because due to this COVID period, last 4 months details will be different one compared to the previous years. It may be more or it may be less or it may be nil. So these are all the abnormal periods. Usually we will face everything in a normal manner. But now we are in an abnormal period. Understand that one, dear students. If you are copying from previous batches, it is waste because they have done in a normal manner. Now we are in an abnormal period. Understand that one. So if you are gathering data from April 1st, 2020 to present, these data are considered as an abnormal period because of the COVID pandemic period. So when you are gathering data, differentiate. Either you can stop with February 28th, not going for March or even April, because you can't make a sense with your data collected from January 1st to present. January 1st is a normal data. From March 1st, it is an abnormal period. I think some of you know. So that is very important thing. When you are gathering data, use your sense, make it as abnormal or normal period. If you already gathered data, combinedly try to differentiate before and after the COVID. That is very important thing. Dear students, this is the first mistake most of the students are doing. That is why fast correction, make it now. Take your laptop. If you are done like this, differentiate. Then once if you downloaded in the CSV file, convert it into an Excel workbook. That is important thing. Don't use the CSV files for any other purpose, because only in Excel we are having the data analysis. That's all. Then arrange according to the date. Old one first, new one end. But when you are downloading from BSc, new one will be the first. That's what I shown in the previous example. Make it in an order. Then when you want to do in Excel, enable data analysis tool in your Excel. How to enable? If you want to, you can go to the Excel file. You can see in the option what are all the things activated in your laptop. If data analysis tool is not activated, activate that one. That is another mistake most of the students are saying. They used to say, sir, my laptop is old one, so there is no data analysis. It is not like that. Even if you purchased your Excel in 2001, you will have the data analysis tool. You need not connect with any other internet or any other thing. It is not activated, that's all. In your Excel, they may not activated that one. So first activate your data analysis tool in your Excel. Then very important thing, whatever the thing, you must know the trend of the data. That's what I told you. The purpose is whether you are gathering data during the normal period or in an abnormal period. If you fix the trend, you will know clearly what is your data. If it is going on in a different direction, then going after April differently, it means that you have gathered the abnormal data. Don't compare normal with abnormal period. COVID pandemic periods are different. Rest of the periods are different. You are the first batch seeing all those things. That is why, dear students, be clear. Never go for abnormal thing. Either you can stop collecting the data up to February. After that, don't do. If you are doing, collect the data after February, 1st March onwards to present. Because these are all the pandemic period. And during the April, the data will be entirely different because full lockdown in India. So Indian economy was entirely different during the lockdown. So it was entirely an abnormal period. Don't compare that one with anything. That is the very big mistake now most of the students are doing. I have gone through some of the reports what I have received. Because this date, even in case of income tax purpose, you know, why returns date has been extended. Why they are extending? The reason is we are facing the abnormal period. Dear students, you are the first batch. Be clear. Once again, I am telling most of the students, if you gathered like that, change that one. Don't go for abnormal period. Or you can do an analysis only during the abnormal period. Because the trends are changing. That is why trend I mentioned. Then you have to calculate the R square value. We'll see how to calculate in Excel. It should be more than 0.75. If it is less than 0.75 or even it may be 0.6, it shows that we can't predict, we can't do anything. You have to throw the data out. That means that they are not following any trend. That is why once you know the trend, you must know the R square value. These are all the basic things before going for analysis. These are all not analysis. Be clear once again. These are all the summarizing work of your data. These are all called as characteristics of the data. Never calculate the R square value and mention in the analysis. It is not an analysis. It is only the characteristics of the data. Be clear. That is R square value. Then mean value. What is the mean? That is the average. Then median. If median something is repeating continuously, it means that your data is not a reliable one. Then try to fix the regression equation. At least y is equal to a plus bx. Then unit root test. These are all the things, the main characteristics of the data. Be clear. Dear students, if you have calculated unit root test, if you calculated regression, regression is not an analysis. Be clear. Never mention regression as the analysis. In case of undergraduate level, the students might have mentioned. You are not an undergraduate student. You are a MBA students. You must know regression shows the trend. Now we are having time series analysis to fix what will be the trend, how you can predict. The traditional regression, what you are calculating from the Excel, is not an analysis. It shows clearly the relationship. Relationship is not an analysis. You have to calculate for all the data, all these things, and mention as the characteristics. Then what do you mean by analysis? Analysis means it should convey some information. Very clear. If some information you are going to get, then only it is an analysis. You can see that one here. Comparison. If you compare with the share price, if you compare with index and share price, if you are comparing or if you are identifying independent variable and dependent variable, then you are comparing. That is the analysis. Dear students, be clear. Usually in case of finance, time period is considered as an independent variable because nobody can change the time. It is independent of everything. Never mention independent variable as the other variable dependent, because nobody can change the time. Of course, recently I have seen one film in one of the channels. They mentioned that one of the Baba, not this Baba, that Baba used to dance and say that I changed the time. Now it is 8:30. He used to dance like that and he used to mention. That is that Baba. But it is only for cinema. We can't change the time. Here you should be very, very careful. Time period is very important. Time period is the independent. Nobody can change. Even in case of Mahabharata, they used to change the time. Now we are not in Mahabharata. We are living in India with the normal method. So be clear. These are all the silly mistakes you are making and saying that Babas are only told. These are all the sense-making issues in your research. Then check the dates, whether it is in the ascending order. Then some cases, correlation may be the analysis, but we can't say everywhere. You are comparing two variables and the correlation says that it is 0.8. That means both data are going in same direction. If index is moving, bank X is also moving in same direction, means it's called correlation. If it is in plus. At the same time, if the correlation is in minus 0.6, it means that one variable is moving up, another variable is coming down. That is a zigzag relationship. Be clear. These are all the mistakes. Then co-integration. Very interesting thing is co-integration in. Say for example, in case of BSc, today the TCS price is increasing. Immediately, whether it will reflect in NSE, that for that purpose we need co-integration. Today it affects the BSc, means maybe tomorrow it may affect the NSE. That means lag period is 1 day. Reserve Bank may introduce the new rate. They may told the announcement from next week onwards, we are going to reduce the bank rate. So in such case, the announcement came after 2 days or after 3 days only, it will have the reflection in BSE prices or NSE prices, because this news should reach the investor. It takes at least 2 days time, because RBI will announce, then it will come to the notice board of the RBI, then it will go to the public, CNBC TV 18, NDTV Profit, all these people used to telecast. By the time only it will show the dancing movement in share market. So till that period, there won't be any change 2 days or 1 day. If you want to find out that one, you need co-integration. Be clear. These are all the sense-making issues. Dear students, make it clearly. Usually, when there's a change in BSE, morning, if there's any change in BSE, afternoon only it will be reflected in NSE. If there's a change in Reserve Bank policy, it takes 2 days. If a company changed its dividend policy, company is going to say, tomorrow we are going to announce the dividend. So it may be a zigzag one. So once the dividend has been announced, it will go to the public, then only it will reflect in the share market. Here you have to find out on co-integration. What is the lag? How many days? That is very, very important, dear students. Even during the election days, in case of Bihar election, nowadays counting will end within 1 day. The election has been announced. The election is going on during this period. What will be the effect in share prices? High. The difference will be high. The behavioral finance, high frequency financing. Whether it is a high frequency financing or not, you have to use the co-integration test. That is the purpose. Most of them, you are failed. You are simply using co-integration test. When we are asking why you are done, what is the lag of co-integration test, you are unable to answer. That is why I'm telling in the beginning itself, what is the co-integration test. Then Granger casualty test. Granger casualty means, say for example, ICICI Bank share price is increasing. Why it is increasing? Whether it will reflect in the Bank X. Bank X means like Sensex. In BSE, they are having the Bank X. Bank X shows a group of banking company share movements. If ICICI Bank share is going up, whether it is reflecting in the Sensex or whether it is reflecting in Bank X. If you want to find out that one, you have to do whether there is a Granger casualty between the ICICI company share price as well as the Bank X. You have to do, then only you are able to prove that one. These are all the basic things, dear students. Without studying this, never go for anything. That is why I'm giving importance to that one. So you must know what is the analysis, what is the data, then you must know clearly what are the things you are going to do. Okay. Another thing, in some cases, you will go for the clustering the data. Even cluster analysis possible. In which days it is good days in Indian economy, which days are bad days in Indian economy. In such case, you can go for the cluster analysis. It depends upon your objective. Never ask that without knowing the objective, what we have to do. Some of the students wish to find out, I am doing in the banking industry. So which industries the market value for the banking company shares are good? In such case, you can perform the cluster analysis using the SPSS package. Even you can perform in Excel, but only thing you have to do number of calculation. SPSS means it is very Easy. Never assume that SPSS is the king and it will do everything. It depends upon your sense making ability to do. It never depends upon the machine. Never depend upon the machine for that one. Based upon the input, it will give the calculation. It is after all a calculator. It is not going to take any decision. Decision should be yours, not the SPSS. Be clear. Likewise, some of them used to find out the relationship between bank rate as well as the price movements. If the Reserve Bank of India is increasing bank rate, how far it is affecting? If the Reserve Bank is decreasing the bank rate, how far it will be affecting? In such case, you can go for variance analysis, either using your SPSS or even Excel, you can use that one and find out. Okay. Lastly, how to take a decision from that one. That is important. As I already told you, when you want to conclude your analysis, you have to write the decision. Usually R square value should be more than 0.7. In my view, it should be more than 0.8. But since you are in pandemic period, we decreased to 0.7, which has been mentioned by the ISO itself. They mention clearly, since there's a heavy fluctuation, we are considering the good period as 0.70. Likewise, correlation 0.75 means positive correlation. When you want to test the hypothesis here, use the 95% level. Then very important thing, if you want to go for unit true test, find out whether the data is stationary. Stationary means the share price will be in a flat method. If it is non-stationary, it may go like this or it may come down like this. That is the moment. Then the co-integration. If you want to test the co-integration, you have to report not the validity of the co-integration. What is the lag period in co-integration? There is today, there's a change in ICICI share price due to an information. How many hours it takes to affect in case of NSE? You can go for the co-integration. That is the lag you have to estimate and find. Okay. These are all the basic things. Before going to the case example, if you are having any doubt in the basic things, you can ask. Yes, your time, I am restricting to maximum 5 minutes. After that, we will go one by one. That is what is the data from the RBI. Then we'll see what are the data available in BSC. Then what are all the data available in blue chip for the purpose of decision making. Okay. We'll see one by one. In the meantime, any doubt in this area regarding the process of analysis, you can ask. Come on. Because most of them are sending message to me. What we have to do. What? Yes, come on. No doubt in the process. Mamta? Valerian?
Yes, sir.
Yes, what is your doubt? Whether you are clear with this one?
Yes, sir. Sure, yes, sir.
Yes, okay. Yes, I think Mamta is having still doubt. Openly ask, ma, no issues. Your friends are here only.
Sir, I'll use these and get the data, sir.
You can in the meantime switch on your laptop. Whether you are having laptop with you?
Yes, sir, yes.
Okay, good. Next, Jisman. Jisman, keep your data ready. Jisman.
Hello.
Yes, where are you, Jisman? Whether you are having the data with you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, open that one in the Excel. Find out whether you are done in this method. Okay.
Okay.
Then anybody, somebody call me. Okay. So shall we move on to the second part? Okay,
Yes,
let us
sir.
see. What are all the data available in RBI? Okay. In whether you are able to see the screen now, RBI screen.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good then. You can see I have
Sir,
opened
we
the
can
RBI.
see the link screen. If you have clicked on the
Yeah.
link, we cannot see anything else.
You are not able to see. Okay,
Now the
then
heading
what?
is sources of secondary data.
Okay, then what I will do, I will close stop sharing and share this entire screen. Okay. Yes. Now whether you are able to see?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay. This is the RBI website. See that one. You can go to the policy rates. If you click, you will see what is the policy repo rate, reverse repo rate, marginal standing, bank rates are there. If you go to the reserve ratio, it will show clearly what is the present CRR, SLR. Exchange rate, you can visit that one. They are given on website directly. Most some of you are doing in exchange rate. You are comparing Indian currency with another thing. This there. Even the deposit rates in India, base rate 7.4 to 8.8. They given the rate. Then the market trend. What is the market trend at present, especially for the bond rate? You can see here it is directly given. These are all the present rate you must know clearly. Okay. What are especially if you want to compare the bank rates with other factors, you can use the present rate. Check some of your already done means check whether you are using the present rate. Because if you are copied from some other source, they might have given the different rate. Especially CRR, SLR, they changed. Never use the old one. Okay. Then function wise sites. You can see here also you can get the research data. You can see in the right side research data you can already get. Then financial markets. What are all the press release? You can see that one. This is the first area you can get the data. This data, usually it is an independent data. It never depends upon anybody. Be clear, it is already calculated. This is the first source of information we can gather. Okay, let us see the next source in Reserve Bank of India. Even you can get it from that one. See that one second source I am clicking. That is rbi.org scripts. Yes. Are you able to see that one bank-wise volumes in ECS, NEFT, RTGS, and
Yes,
mobile
sir.
transaction? Okay. Even marketing students, this will be very, very useful because you know the income and expenses from where they are spending. You can see the data is available in two format. One is in Excel, that is CSV format. Another one in PDF format. You can see that one full data is available from bank-wise volumes, October month, September month. Let us click some month, August. You're clicking the CSV file. You can see. For the month of August. Yes, it is downloading. It takes some more time. Yes. Are you able to see the screen clearly? This is the data from National Electronic Fund Transfer. You can see all the bank data are available. Simple thing. I am not using any other thing. All the banks, even from small banks, some A, B start with Abu Dhabi Commercial Bank. Some of the banks are permitted in India. All the bank number of outward transaction, what is the amount, inward transaction amount. This thing you will know for the savings as well as the investment theory for finance students. For marketing students, they will know how the expenses, because how far customers are spending is important for the marketing students. For HR students, the inward transaction is very important. How much in inward transaction they are getting for paying. So all the students can utilize this data for that purpose. Everywhere it is available. It is easiest one from all the bank. Those who are doing in your receivables management, you can use this data. All the banks you can compare. You can compare with 1 month with previous month, August with previous month. All these data are there. Even in case of small bank, microfinance institutions, you can segregate the data according to your needs. If you are doing in microfinance, you can divide according to the microfinance, or you can use the data for sample. You can see there are 221 bank data are available. Out of that, you can select any 10 or any 30. That is possible. So this is the very nice source of data for you, for all the group of people. Okay. Let us see the another one, another source of transaction. See, we have discussed capital market. Okay. In case of capital market data, you want to collect the index. You can see in this source, you can get that one. You can see the BSc website. In this BSc website, what you can do, it is absolutely free. Some of them say that, sir, they are asking money. If you are using Yahoo Finance and enter into BSc, they will ask money, because in case of some of the American countries and few European countries, stock exchange information you have to pay and get. But in case of India, it is not like that. It is transparent system, because India is fully democratic country. Be clear. That is why you need not register. You can select the index. You can see how many index starting from Sensex. If you are doing in mutual funds, you need information about large cap, mid cap funds, BSc 200. If you are doing in auto industry, you can use. If you are doing in BankX, BSc BankX is available. See that one. Mutual funds, dividend stability index, GreenX. I think somebody is doing in green financing. They can get the detail of the GreenX. How far the crowdsourcing is coming from GreenX. I think Pranit is using, but you use different data. Anyhow, this is also possible. GreenX is there. Even Indian government bond index. This is another one. It shows entirely the bond index. You can select anything. Say, for example, I am selecting Bank X. From 2, you have to select. So when you are selecting, be clear before pandemic, after pandemic. If you want to do, either you can calculate up to February or never go to March. If you are gathering data, start from April. March data is entirely irrelevant for us, because it is abnormal over abnormal. It is full of pandemic period data. So what I am doing, I want to do 5 years period. So I insisted that my students, I asked Jojin, you have to do only for 5 years. Let us assume like that. If I give an instruction like that. So what Jojin will do, he will select the year very clearly. He will gather up to 2019 only. Be clear. So this is the from data. So let us see. You want to calculate from 2010, April 1st. Then to date. In to date, you should be very careful. 2019, and it should be up to March 31st. Okay. If you give submit, you can see the entire data is available. Even 1/4/2010 to at present. You can see that one at the end. Kindly download the CSV file to view all the records. It is there. So here what you can do, you can download in the CSV file. See that one I have downloaded. If I open in Excel, it will come like that. Very important thing. Okay. You can see the bank X I gathered from 1st April to number of days is coming. So this is an easiest method of gathering the data. You can see you can get it from the Excel itself. Use this thing. It is very easy. Most of the things they are writing, they are searching in Yahoo Finance, like Google Finance. Number of finance websites are there. But better use the government website. Why you want to go outside? Here the data is very nice. It is based upon the date. Date starts 1st April only. So it is in the order. So you need not worry about that one. Since it is in the order. If it is not in the order, you have to change. Let us see this example. This is if you want to calculate the index. You want to download the index. Let us see the another example. You want to gather the share price movement. So for this share price movement, I have given the second one, BS India market. Yes, it will go to this link. See that one in this link. You can select equity, mutual funds, or exchange trade funds, or debt. Anything you can select. Okay, then you can select the name of the company. Which company you are very much interested. Okay, Deepak, tell me any one of the company you want to gather data.
State Bank of India, sir.
Which bank?
State Bank.
State Bank, SBI. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Luckily, he get the first itself, State Bank of India. So for Deepak, we gather the State Bank of India. See that one, you can collect even daily, monthly, and yearly. Yearly means if you are doing for 20 years, you can easily collect the yearly index to calculate the market returns. Because you may ask to compare the risk and return analysis. If you want to do the risk and return analysis, either you can go for monthly data or yearly data. But even with daily basis, you can do. But usually investors will prefer at least 1 month. Only in few cases, they will go for daily returns. Okay. Let us see. For Deepak, we'll count that. At least we'll see for just 2019, he decided to go through that one. That is, let us for 6 months period. Okay. 6 months period means it will start in June. So to the date. When you are doing the date, be careful. You can either stop with February 2020. Need not move above that one. So what I'm doing, I'm stopping with 2019 December 31st. So if I click the submit, you can see the data. Okay. The share price, it will come, opening price, high price during the day, low price, closing price, weighted average price, number of shares sold, everything will be there. If you want to get it in the Excel, you can get from the Excel file. Now you are converting into the Excel file. But in the problem here, you can see it starts from 31st of December. Here only I told you have to use the common sense. That is very essential for you. You have to use your common sense for this purpose. So dear students, most of them, you fail to do that one. That is why I'm telling, be clear with this thing. You have to use the common sense for this purpose. Because if you want to prepare a graph, you can't prepare because it starts from 31st December and it ends with 3rd June. 1st June may be a holiday. 1st and 2nd June are holidays. So the data won't be available. We had the data. So what you have to do, you have to once again select all those things, go for sorting, sort or custom sort you can select, sort by date, oldest to newest. That is important, dear students. Most of them you are doing the mistake here only. Oldest to newest data. Don't make any sense with the same file. Okay. Now you can see data has been gathered. I gathered from 3rd June 2019 and ends with 31st December. These are the preliminary things. Most of you fails to understand this concept. Usually some data are irrelevant. Opening price, most of the cases not relevant. Important things are closing price, as well as if you are doing in risk and return analysis, spread of closing and opening. These are all essential, first and last. Remaining data, if you are not in need, better you can delete it. It is an easiest way. Because when you are doing, most of the things are unwantedly happening. Delete the data. So now, State Bank of India share price for Deepak, we have calculated for 6 months. Why I have not calculated after the December? Because of the pandemic period. If I gather the data for March, it is useless. That is why I stopped up to 31st December. So if you want to study the pandemic period, then you have to start from April, not March. March, or whether it is pandemic or not, nobody knows. Because the lockdown starts in the middle of the March. So never use the March data for any other purpose. Make a sense of your data. Now you can see, you can prepare any analysis. Minimum thing, as I already told, once you gather data, try to fix the trend. How to fix the trend? You can see, you can select the prices. You can select the charts that is available in your thing. Any chart you can select. You can try to fix the trend. Okay, line chart. You can see that one. Now you can study that one. Anyhow, you can give the name, the chart. You can see the trend here from 3rd June to 31st December. It is at the end. If you are not making in the ascending order, what it will show, 31st December in first, then the 3rd June in the end. That is why I am telling, convert into the ascending order. So once data has been converted, now you can see the trend. You can see somewhat normal, but what type of trend you have to report? You can see the trend from here. You can right click, keep your cursor here, add trend line. You can see what type of trend you are going to study. Let us see whether it is having the trend line of linear or logarithmic. First, we will see whether it is coming under the linear trend. Okay. So I am selecting the linear trend, display or equation here. Now it will display the or equation. Then you can see this line, trend line is there. You can see the R equation is here. R square is equal to 0.0825. I click the linear equation, and the linear equation says that it is somewhat going in a linear method, and the R square value is 0.0825. Whether we can believe the data? Anybody? Yes, previous session I told about some decision criteria. Here the R square value is 0.0825. Whether we can believe the data?
No, sir.
Please,
Why?
it should be less than 0.075 something.
It should be greater.
Greater than
0.70, sir.
Yes.
0.70.
This thing, it is irrelevant for decision making because there is no trend here. Indirectly, it shows that state bank share is heavily fluctuating. So be clear. What you can do, you can increase the date. And then once again you can do, or decrease the date. You can find that is important. Never say that, sir, in the previous, I referred in Shodh Ganga in previous PhD project, they have done nice thing. They are compared for 5 years. The same thing I am taking 5 years and doing. It is irrelevant. If you go through that one, you have to know. Here, if it is 0.085 means there is no trend. Students, be understand. Yes, so we can't process anything further. Even you can go next time, I will check whether the another trend. Okay, I'm checking whether it is a trend. Polynomial trend, I used to display the R square value. You can see it is now polynomial trend. It shows that R square is equal to 0.6099. What does it mean? Come on. In case of linear trend, it is not a linear trend because it is less than 0.7. I clicked now the polynomial trend. Polynomial trend, you know, it will go down and go like that, U shape. Or it may go down and dance like that. A dancing in a nice manner. That is the polynomial. Okay. That is, even if you are singing, you will increase the pitch suddenly, then slowly you will decrease your pitch. Same thing. You can see it is somewhat better, but it is not equal greater than 0.7. So anyway, we can, if you fix the criteria as 0.6, you can conclude that State Bank of India share prices are moving in polynomial direction. But in my view, I will tell that even it is not a polynomial because it is somewhat equal 0.6, but we expect minimum 0.7. Dear students, these are all the basic things you must know. So you can click the chart, find out whether we can use this data or not. If you want to find out polynomial and provided that decision you are going to take even with 0.6 means you can consider the data. You have to write clearly in the data analysis session. First point, my data consists of polynomial trend with an R square value of 0.6099. That's what I told. If I told you 0.7. So what you can do, you can increase the date. I calculated for 6 months. So debug needs State Bank of Index. I gathered for 6 months. For debug, we can increase the date for 12 months. Then you can check what will be the R square value. Find out. That is the method of manipulating. That's what the big data analytics are now doing. What they are called as finance analytics, the finance analytics students are going to study same thing. They wish to manage what will be the exact sample size. Marketing, it is very easy to fix the sample size. You can use the difference ratio method for identifying the sample size. But in finance, it is not like that. Your sample size depends upon this R square only. Never say that 3 years data, 4 years data, 5 years data. You can't justify anywhere. If you want to justify how many years of data, you have to say the R square value. I gathered 4 years data because that R square value is greater than 0.7. If it is not there, you can decrease or increase. That is the sample size of the data in finance. Never argue that based upon the previous study or anything. It is absolutely waste. That is why most of the students find it very difficult. What is your sample size? Or simply saying, my sample size is 2 years. What is the use of that one? Why you are fixing sample size for 2 years? You have to justify. Dear students, never do such type of mistake. Find out the chart and fix your sample size. Here, I fixed for 6 months, but unfortunately for 6 months, it may comes under polynomial distribution. It's like that. Next important thing. Let us assume it is good, but as per the thing, it is not good. It is not having goodness of it. Even for polynomial data, we'll check any other trend line is fixing. Logarithmic, I will check whether logarithmic will work on well. Yes. Yes, logarithmic trend is also not coming correctly. So that is, these are all the problem what we are facing here. Logarithmic trend. Display the equation. It is also not improving. So this data is useless. Either we have to increase the data or we have to decrease the data. The sample size, better we can go for larger sample. 6 months is not proving in any direction. This is the first analysis you must know. Okay. Let us assume that it is good, because due to the practical purpose, I am saying only 6 months data, but really this data is waste because there is no trend. You want to calculate the prices. You want to find out the returns. So what you will do? Here is the returns. In the
Excuse me,
column.
sir.
Yes.
Sir, I have a doubt, sir.
Yes, but tell me.
Sir, actually my research paper is on mutual funds.
Hmm.
Okay, so I had to find data. I was searching on BSc index also, sir. I didn't get it.
I showed the index, no?
No, sir. Even now I tried. I didn't get it. So I used Amphi India. Can you show me?
Wait. That type of thing I will come to later. I will show the blue chip thing. Then I will show that one. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
In this area, I am asking the basic mistake.
I got it.
Anybody is having basic mistake in identifying the sample size? Be clear. Then some of you may do in risk and return analysis. In such case, you must know the descriptive statistics value. How to find out the descriptive statistics value? It is very easy. You click the data. Here data analysis is available. If you are not having in your laptop, don't say that it is not having. What you have to do means, in file, you can go to the option, see the add-in ones, active application add-ins. Here to analysis tool pack is active. So once again, I need not do that one. In your system, it may be in inactive application add-in ones. Go through your Excel package in your laptop. Everywhere it is available. Only thing, if this analysis tool pack is in inactive application add-in ones, click that one, enable. Okay. If it is already available in active application, you need not enable, it is already there. In the system, the active tool pack is available. So once again, I am not doing anything. So most of the students, what they are saying, dialing and, sir, in my laptop, it is very old, sir. No data analysis is available. Never say like that. data analysis available. Go to the system, find out whether everybody is having data analysis in your Excel. Come on.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
You are identified. Good. You are activated now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Then it is very easy. You can see that one. Now data analysis is available there. If I want to calculate the descriptive analysis for the share price, I am clicking this place, then the data analysis. You can see that one. What are the things we can calculate? It is available here. ANAVA, even for the ANAVA table, it is there. Correlation, covariance, descriptive statistics, exponential smoothing, F test, Fourier analysis, histogram, moving average, or regression. Everything is available here. So you need not worry about that one. Let us see the descriptive, because this one we can go for the first one is descriptive. You have to select the input range. Okay. I'm selecting the input range here. Of course, this data is useless. For your understanding, I'm doing output range. Oh, I have not given the output. New worksheet. Why not labels, summary statistics, smallest, yes. You can see now the mean, everything is displayed here. Mean, standard error, median, mode, sample variance, cortesis, skewness, range, minimum, maximum, sum, count, largest, smallest. Need not worry about that one. You can see. Some of them, they are calculating by using all the formulas. No need. It will clearly calculate. It means that for our debug information, debug has gathered the State Bank of Information data, share price movement for 6 months. Of course, first analysis, it says that there is no, we have rejected. So let us assume we gathered for 1 year. So now I calculated the mean, standard error, median, mode, standard deviation, sample variance, everything there. This is called data characteristics or characteristics of the data. This is not the analysis, be clear. Most of them are making mistake that analysis, calculation of median, mean is not an analysis. Because only if you interpret this thing, you are able to produce the information. Information is the analysis. You have to gather the information. It is the wealth of our nation now. See that one. This is the easiest method of calculating this thing, data analysis. If you are using some other analysis, let us see. Another analysis there, May 10th thing. We gathered I wish to compare. Say for example, I think one more data is there. I'll open another data set and we'll see how it will work. Okay. Recently, Jojin sent me one data. He gathered, whether Jojin is there, Jojin?
Yes, sir.
Whether this data belongs to you?
Yes, sir.
Let us assume that Georgian data is this one. You gathered the nice data from the year 2015 to 2020. So what he can do, he might, I don't know where he got the data. It is easily to get from the Reserve Bank of India. All this data are available from the Reserve Bank of India website. Even he can go for
Excuse me, sir.
10 years. Yes.
Sir, it's this much data. It's not mine.
Yes,
This
sir.
is not your data.
It's my data,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Oh, Jisman data. Jisman.
Yes, sir.
Oh. So Jisman is lucky today. So I'm confused because both of you send the data, you know. So here you can see the Jisman data. He gathered the data from different sources. Where you have gathered Jisman, tell me.
Sir, I have collected the data from the bank.
Instead of that one, your source should be Reserve Bank of India. See that one. You have to gather from RBI. Okay. Okay. Anyhow, it may be same. So Jisman wish to find out the relationship between all these things. So what Jisman can do, 2015 to 20, even he can fix the trend line for all these things. Let us see how we can fix the trend line for NPA. NPA, I am selecting the year. Then I am selecting the NPA. Okay. Insert some graph. Line chart. So you can see the chart of NPA for the years. What is that? We can see first we'll have to check what is the trend of this one. In my view, add trend line. See how the Jisman data is working. Let us see the linear trend, whether his data is having the trend. Oh, nice. The R square value is, you can see Jisman data is coming 0.80. So whether we can relay the Jisman data?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, because it is greater than 0.7. See that one. Okay, since Jisman data, we can relay the information because the R square value is more than 0.7. So it shows that some trend is there. So what Jisman can do now? So here he has to mention the characteristics of that one. Characteristics of NPA based upon the trade loan a 0.8. So first check the reliability check has been come. It is reliable. Now he can compare the NPA of trade loan, NPA of MTP loan, NPA of long-term loan, housing loan. So he wished to find out the correlation. That is the thing. Okay. So what I'm going, data analysis. Let us see the correlation. Okay. So in case of correlation, it is asking input range. So one input range is NPA. Then another input range is MTP loan NPA. Another input is long-term loan NPA. Then housing loan NPA. Okay, I selected the NPA of non-performing asset of trade loan, MTP loan, long-term loan, housing loan. Of course, this one will do remaining thing, okay? Once I selected, I'm not given the reference. Okay, no problem. Labels, put range. Continuous reference, okay. We'll cancel that one. Correlation. Once again, data analysis. Fail. We have to remove all the selection area. Yes, correlation. You can see the correlation. You can see the correlation. What for the Gisman data? We have compared the first 4 items. So here it will come like this. Column 1, I think, what Gisman, what is the column 1 for your data? What? You can see the column 1 of him.
It was trade
Trade?
loan secured advances.
Yes. I will see what is this one. Why it is the output file? No. Oh, this also, we'll open that one. So what is that, this man? It shows the relationship between the thing. So trade, first one is trade 1, then NPA of trade.
Trade loan secured, and third column was MTP loan.
Yes.
Advances.
So it compared that one. One means definitely it should be 1 between 2 data. If you are comparing same data twice, it should be 1. So you can see the correlation between the column 2 and column 1. That is the, what is the column 1, this man?
Trade loan secured.
Trade loan, even column
advances.
Advances. So trade loan versus advance, it shows the relationship is 0.58. It means that there is no relationship. But you can see column 1 and column 3. It shows the relationship as 0.83. So what is column 3, this one?
So it was MTP loan advances total.
Yes, that means there's a relationship between MTP loan versus the NPA. So there's a relationship there, NPA versus the loan. So you can do. Now this man will conclude in this correlation. You have to prepare the correlation compulsory. Okay. Likewise, you can do. That is your analysis for descriptive statistics, at least correlation. Even you can perform the ANOVA analysis. All these things you can do from that one. Another one. Here somebody sent the balance sheet. Whose data is this?
Sir, it is also mine.
Oh, it is also your data. But here we can't do any analysis. The reason why? Because this is the balance sheet. You have to convert into such a format that you are able to analyze that one. Here we can't analyze this. Be clear. This is only the balance sheet. If you want to do an analysis, you can compare the balance sheet of 2016, then the balance sheet of 2017. You have to bring in the one criteria. Then only we are able to compare. That is the problem with regarding to the data analysis. Okay. You can do any type of research from this thing. If anybody sends some data, you can tell me, we'll see that one. What are the data you are using? And some of you gathered nice data, but what is the problem is you are not studying the trend analysis. You are not studying the relationship. Even you can go for the ANOVA analysis. Okay. Likewise, you can use the SPSS package for the purpose of identifying the entire grouping, which period stock market is moving in a high position, which period it is going down. You can find out that one also in case of SPSS with the cluster analysis. Or if you want to do the co-integration, you can do for the purpose of, and you can use the e-views also. Let us see one example using e-views. I think some of them are not familiar with e-views. So that is why I'm showing SPSS. Everybody is using this one. Okay. Here is the data. I think we have gathered for the purpose of State Bank of India, 6 months data. Of course, if you want to compare the State Bank of India with some other thing, you have to gather the index price also. Same date, what is the index you have to fit. Otherwise, it is no value. Let us see how I am calculating the index. This is the State Bank of Index. We will see whether the State Bank of Index is moving according to the Bank X. So what I am doing, I am going to the index page of historical index. So I am selecting the Bank X. Okay, same period, because Deepak is very much interested for the State Bank. So 6 months data. Of course, I already told it is having no value, but only for the calculation purpose, I am saying I'm going to calculate from the 1st January 2019. Sorry, I think June we selected. June 1st to now. And select 2019, then December 31st. Now the data has arrived. You can see that one. I am opening in the CSV format. Here the data is available clearly from January 1, 2019 to the 31st December. Now Bank X you can get. What I wish to compare with State Bank of India, I need only the closing price. Usually we will consider only the closing price. So I am removing all those things. Okay. See that one, simply I am copying this Bank X data and bringing to this file, and I am pasting. Sorry. I'm pasting. Oh, this is a different file. Anyhow, you can see that one, the dates are different. Never compare the dates like here it is 1st April, here it is 1st January. So never compare different dates. So what you can do, you can use the dates in which the details are equal. We'll see any details we are having that one. This also 1st January. Okay. So these dates we can't compare. So we can delete that one. Now once again we will gather the data of State Bank of Index from 1st January to 31st March. Because why I am telling, the previous dates are different. Our students, what they are doing, the biggest mistake, one group of data belongs to different date, another group of data date belongs to different date. That is why I'm telling. Let us see the State Bank of India details. Once again, I'm going to that one. I'm going for SBI. State Bank of India. Yes, from 2019, you can see the date, June 1st to 2019, December 31st. Now I selected the same date. Both index date and the share price date should be same. Now I'm downloading. You can see the date, whether the date has delivered. But you can see here once again the same mistake. Here the 31st December is coming. So once again, I have to change. So I'm first deleting unwanted thing. We need only closing price. Delete that one. Okay. So I'm selecting all these things, both column, and sort according to date, oldest to new date. Now you can see it starts from 3rd June 2019 is coming. So because the date should be same. So I am copying this one. This is 1st January. Oh, I forget where. January. Okay. Here the date. I forget where I kept. If you paste the here. Okay. Go back. Use the. Once again, the problem. You can see that one data belong to June, another data belong to January. Here also you should not compare. When you will compare when both dates are same. So when you are gathering the data, use the same data. Otherwise, you need not compare that one. Okay. That is the first point you must know. If you know these two are correct, let us assume we are gathered the same data, but you have to gather exact data. Here, let us assume price. I am deleting remaining things after that because this contains more information. Okay. So now we are having the data for 141 days. Let us assume both are same. But here it is not same. Anyhow, we'll find out. But when you are selecting the index date as well as the price date, use the same thing. Same date you have to go. So what you can do, you can save this one in your computer first. Desktop. Save the file. So I'm using raw data. Excel workbook. Okay. So now the data has been saved as the Excel workbook. Then you can open the, here. You can see here also it starts from 3rd June, but the bank X is from 1st June. 2 days it is different. So make it as equal. I'll go down. Yes. Now you can open the eViews file. In case of eViews, there are a number of work files are there. File, open, foreign data as the work file. Now you can go to desktop, the raw. Now it comes clearly. What are all the file? Date, closing, price is there. Next. Date, closing, and price. That is, these are all the headings available. Next, finish. Okay. Now in case of EViews file, it will come like that. Once if it comes, you can find out correlation between the closing price as well as the price. Even you can prepare the co-integration unit through test. How to prepare, I will show. You can go to quick series test. First find out the unit through test. Click the unit through test. You have to type the variable. Let us see close. That is the closing price. It will ask automatic selection. Better you can go for automatic selection. Yes, this is the result of the unit root test. Unit root test, in case of null hypothesis, you have to mention that it has a unit root. That is the difference. Most of them, since you have studied in statistics, what you will do, null hypothesis that closing price is not having a unit root. You should not fix the null hypothesis here. That is why I'm telling this example. Because we wish to test whether data is having stationarity or not. Stationarity means whether it is in the horizontal manner. Non-stationarity means it may go up or it may go in this side, whatever may be. Only for that purpose, we are testing the unit root test. So mistake what you will write in the null hypothesis, you will write closing price is not having the unit root test, because you will tell in QTM you have studied like that. Be clear, it is not like that. For the null hypothesis, in case of unit root test, you have to mention clearly closing price as a unit root. Then you have to check, you can see the probability value is 0.583, and this clearly shows that there is an unit root test. It is not stationary. So we can go for further analysis. Be clear. At the 5% level, we can accept that one and we can go for the further analysis. What are all the further analysis we can go? Once again, I will go for the further analysis. I am going for the group statistics also. In group statistics, I am testing the co-integration. Co-integration of two variables. How to type? You can type the close, blank space, then price. Okay. It will ask the lag intervals, that is 1 to 4. This is the result of the co-integration. It clearly, EVS clearly shows that trace statistics no co-integration at 0.5 level. That means there is no relationship between the price of the State Bank of India as well as the Bank X. Both are not going in same direction even after 2 days or 4 days. That is the conclusion you have to mention clearly. But remaining thing you must know clearly. This is the co-integration test. So when you can perform only if there is the non-stationarity. If it is stationarity, you need not perform the co-integration test. Be clear. That is how we are studying the variables in case of the EViews. Even you can go for some other test. You have to go to quick group statistics. Casualty test, same thing. Is there any casualty between closing price and the price? You can easily the probability of price does not grant casualty, the closing price is 0.3. It means that State Bank prices is not depending upon the index, but index depends upon the state bank. See that one, how to interpret that one. That is the interpretation based upon the Granger casualty test. So you can conclude that the index bank X depends upon the state bank share price, but it is not a big analysis because it is already proved. And here only for example I am telling. This is the analysis with the help of the eView software. If you want to calculate beta value, you need not worry. It is already available in our Excel itself. Beta value, all those things, it is available. Most of them find it very difficult to calculate the beta value. Say for example, if you want to calculate the beta value, I think here there is no two share prices are there. We'll see. Yes, let us see the returns and price instead of closing price and price. If you want to calculate the beta value of the index, you have to use for beta value index beta as well as the returns from the particular things. For that only you can calculate. However, let us assume if it is equivalent to that one, we will calculate the beta. How to calculate? You can go for the regression. Yes. You can put the Y range and X range. That you know, independent and dependent variable. Let us assume I am mentioning like that, but it won't be like that. For your data, it may be different. If you want to calculate beta, you have to find out the returns of the index as well as the returns of the particular price. Simply you can calculate. Select that one. New worksheet. And you can ask for all these things. See that one. Here, the p-value of the x variable is the beta value. Simple thing. You can, all the chart will be prepared by the Excel. Don't worry. You can see I have never used SPSS or eViews for that one. Those who wish to calculate the beta value. This is the standard error and the p-value is here. This is the beta value. So this is the easiest method of calculating the beta value. You can see that one, the residual short, normal probability value, everything will be displayed. Even the relationship for 140 days, the estimation will be coming. This is an easiest method of calculating the beta value. You know the beta value meaning how we are estimating the risk. Okay, this is an easiest method. Of course, here we are not depending upon that one. The reason is the R square value is 0.16 only. You can depend upon the beta value provided the R square value is greater than 0.7. Otherwise, never go for the beta calculation. This thing, this material, anyhow, I am shown only for the purpose of how to calculate the beta value as well as regression. It will be available directly. Once you collected the data, you are able to know the beta value as well as the regression. In case of Jisman example, he will calculate because his statistics are good, goodness of it. He will calculate the beta price for net present value for all the years put together, and he will compare with the each and every variable. That is possible for Jisman table. So this is the method of analysis. Okay. Dear students, try to calculate with the help of Excel itself. Or in most of the cases, if you want to go for co-integration as well as Granger casualty test, you can go for the eViews. Remaining thing SPSS you already studied. That is why I'm not using that one. Somebody asked for the mutual fund information. You can see likewise moneycontrol.com. You can go and all the ratios of the are there. Let us see the moneycontrol.com. Yes, this is the moneycontrol.com. Let us see the quote. First, Deepak is doing in State Bank of India. Oh, immediately it comes. First line, it's State Bank of India. I click that one. So the State Bank of India share price are coming here. Charts, if you click the chart, it will display the charts, everything. So you need not worry. You have to select which type of chart, everything. It will calculate. You need not worry about that one. All the technicals, it will be known for you. State Bank of India. Deepak wish to know the financials of State Bank of India. So he is calculating the.
Sir, but it is not showing for the past 5 years, sir. It's like 5 years, 3 years, 1 year, 6 months.
Then 1 year, if you want, you can use the RBI data.
In RBI, I searched, it didn't get it, sir.
RBI is shown, even you can calculate for 20 years. Only thing, 10 years it will be in open source. You can register as an Indian and you can get for 20 years to 25 years. You can
Yes,
easily.
I'm doing it for past 5 years. What I did was I used Amphi India and I got NAV. I got only the NAV, sir.
Oh, you are telling, I am telling the State Bank of India. NAV, wait, I will show. This is for the
I'm doing it for, yes, I'm doing for Tata Consumer Funds, sir. Tata India Consumers Fund,
wait.
mutual fund.
Here, this is for the State Bank of India. That will come. So annual reports, everything will come here in PDF format. You can gather the State Bank of India annual report. You can see for up to 2011, even more, you can select and get the annual report. You know the company information. You can know the ratios of the State Bank of India. Everything will be there. Even the fundamental analysis as well as the technical analysis will be available there. So you need not worry about anything. That is why I'm telling ratio analysis is not coming under the analysis. It is only a data. Okay. You can get all the ratio analysis, net sales, you can say the price, everything here. Even comparison is there. All these things you can gather from the moneycontrol.com. Let us go for the another one. Somebody asked for. Yes, mutual funds. You can see the blue chip mutual funds. If you click the blue chip mutual funds, you can get that one. If the organization is registered in the blue chip, it will come. What you are mentioning, which type of mutual fund you are asking?
Tata India Consumer Mutual Fund.
Tata India Consumer. We'll see in case of Tata Group, Tata Asset Management Private Limited is there. Under that, whether you can find out your company name is that Tata India.
Tata India, yes, sir. Tata India Consumers Fund.
You can see how
Growth
much
plan.
Tata India Growth
Yes,
Fund.
regular.
This one.
No, sir, down. Tata India Consumer Fund. Down, sir.
Down, Tata India regular, this one. This is
no, sir, more down. Here, more down.
High investment plan.
No, sir, Tata India Consumer Fund regular growth.
Tata India, then consumer.
Yes, sir. Tata India, yeah.
This one.
Regular growth, sir. Growth.
Growth. See
yes,
that one, you can select. From which date? As I already told, never go for 2020. You can change the dates. Let us see. From which year you need?
From 2015, 2014 to 2019, I can take, sir.
2014. Then January 1st.
Sir, is it compulsory to take financial year, or can we take it like this?
Any year, but it depends upon, you have to justify clearly.
Okay, sir. Okay.
November 2019. Okay, we'll go to December. Yes, it is an individual organization. It takes some more time. You can see data are available.
Yes, sir. My question is, I got this data, but keeping this data, how can I find Sharpe ratio, alpha, beta?
That is alpha, beta, you know. You have to compare with something. You have to bring that one in Excel. Then if you want to calculate beta, which returns you are going to compare. That is important.
Yes,
You can't say that one based. I told in case of State Bank of India, what I told, State Bank of India share price in one, returns in one column, then Bank X in another column. Then only you will compare the beta. Market return should be no. Here you can, Tata Asset Management Private Fund Limited is there. Same thing you can gather from the BSE. BSE you can gather the returns from the index mutual funds. You can put both thing in Excel sheet. Then what I told you, you can go for data analysis, regression. You can click. If you click, it will prepare the regression chart. Under that one, the P value is the beta value. That's all. It takes just 5 minutes only. Try that one. I calculated the beta value now. Previously, I think same thing. This is the beta value. Standard error is the variance. That's all. But you need two data. One is for market returns, another one is for your actual one, what you have calculated from that mutual fund returns. Two things you need. Yes, now any other questions? Students, you can ask. We are having another 9 minutes time. Now only somebody is entering. Yes, dear students, any doubt? Why no doubt? Vijay Krishna? No.
Yes, sir.
You have completed all the analysis?
No, sir.
I never say no, pa.
I'll complete, sir.
Good.
Sir, I am actually doing on working capital management. So
there you need not calculate any ratios.
Ratios.
The ratios are already available. You can compare with 5 years or 10 years. Okay.
Okay. So 5 years I'm doing, sir.
5 years working capital ratio you can compare, and you can mention clearly whether it is in a trend, then whether it is correlated with some other thing. Then you have to mention clearly what will be the risk in working capital by comparing with some other investments.
Oh, okay, sir.
These are all things. Otherwise, you can go for E-views. E-views means it is useful for co-integration and the relationship, Granger casualty test, unit root test. Others, everything you can do in Excel.
Excel, okay. Okay, sir.
Okay. Then Sam. What about Sam? Sony. Some name is coming. Sony Jules. Abhishek. Yes, Abhishek, you are completed. Yes.
Yes, sir, I will do so.
Okay, good. Mm. Subhashri, you are completed?
Yes, sir. Sir, I have one doubt, sir.
Yes, mask.
Find the relationship between capital structure and profitability. So I can do with in Excel only correlation only, no, sir?
Yes, you can prepare the Excel correlation. Then you can find out the relationship. Easiest one. You can use the data analysis. Not only for correlation, you can fix the trend with regression and what is the risk in both sides, you can calculate.
Okay, so same with relationship between capital structure and
Yes.
cost of capital. Same way only, no, sir?
Same way. For even you can use the E-views for calculating the co-integration, provided if there is a lag gap.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, ma.
Hello, sir.
Yes, ma.
Sir, do we have always to look at the value of R square while doing trend analysis?
Yes, yes. Without R square value, whatever the analysis you are doing, it is waste. It is the basic one, you know. Share price should have some trend. If there is no trend, what is the use?
Okay, sir. Okay.
You know, everything is flat. There is no analysis.
Sir, what if the value is 0.58 or something like that?
You can increase the sample size or decrease the sample size. That's what I am telling. In finance, sample size depends upon the R square value only. Till getting R square more than 0.7, you can increase the time. Okay. Now you are doing for how many years?
5 years, sir.
Either reduce to 4 years or increase to 6 years. Once again, calculate R square, find out what will be the sample.
Okay, sir.
Or now there are some other softwares are there. It will tell with the help of big data analytics which sample will be good.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, ma. Yes. No other questions. Why? What happened? Somebody. Midun? No. No response. Why you are not showing your face? This man, are you able to calculate?
Sir, I will do so.
Okay, good, this man. Joffin?
Yes, sir.
You
Good
are
evening, sir.
completed.
Yes, sir, I'm doing, sir.
Why you are not switching on your
I'm into working capital
camera?
management, sir. Yes,
Switch
sir.
on your camera, ba. You have to see your
Yes,
face
sir.
now, your nice faces.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then shall we wind up? Any other doubts?
No, sir.
For all these things. So now everybody switch on your camera. We are going to close. Yes, switch on your camera. Oh, Jisman came, Deepak came. Deepak, you have changed your face nicely. Yes, Chetan, Jojin. Gunjan, how are you? Where are you? Ayyo. Jimin. Sam is there. Sam, whether it is Sam or somebody else, your face is something different. Sam,
Sir,
Jack.
it's me, sir.
It's only. Okay, nice. Jacob is nice. Namita and Rita. What happened to others? Renuka, Salim. Most of them. Okay. The attendance is based upon your video only. So only those who are showing their video, you will get the attendance. Subhashri is there. Because the recording is going on. So I will share the recording. You can see who are already get the attendance. Oh, Amar is now ready. Okay. Oh, and a smiling face with Georgian, Durga Prasad, Om Igneshwaran, Chetan, Dikshna. So only those who are switched on your camera will get the attendance. Yaneshwari, Madhu. What happened, Lakshmi, Midun, Karthik, Kirtana, Darshida, Yasin. Hussein, after a long time, I'm seeing you. Okay. Good. Okay. We'll wind up. Any doubts, you can send to me. During free time, I will respond. Okay. Until
Thank you,
then,
sir.
thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Bye, sir.
Bye.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you, sir.
Bye.
Thank you, sir.
And thank you.